Hi there, my name is Joanna. I am a solutions engineer here at D2L, and it's my pleasure today to talk about our mobile experience on the Brightspace platform. The first thing we're going to be looking at today is the mobile version or the app for the Brightspace Learning Management System, which is called Pulse. Pulse is available on both iOS and Android devices, which you can very easily find from whatever device you choose and the respective stores. Okay, the Pulse app is a free app, again, available on any device. Feel free just to visit the store and be able to download it instantly. So the first thing we're going to notice about the app once we have it powered up on our device here is that we have access to all of our different courses. Okay, the Brightspace app, Pulse, allows you to access all of your different courses that you are currently enrolled in. It is a student-centric app that allows students to quickly access all of their content, including quizzes, discussions, content that's been published for them to be able to access right away. Okay. So as you notice on the bottom part of the screen here, we have our upcoming, our courses, and our notifications area. So the courses area, again, is very self-explanatory. By clicking or selecting the specific course we want to visit, we have access to the content from that specific course, whether it be the discussions, whether it be some quizzes we want to get to, or some of the content. So I'm going to go ahead and click on Unit 1 Poetry. As you can see, I have access to all of my different items. I have a nice indicator of what I have seen or what I have yet to see, as you can see on the check marks on the right. So let's go ahead and click on the poetry tips. And what we're actually seeing here is the platform is mobile responsive, right? So at any point we can see what's happening. We can scroll, we can interact with the content provided for us. And what's actually happening within the platform is that the Pulse app itself is meant as a streamline. So what it actually does is it opens the platform from a browser version in the background. And as soon as the student is done interacting with the content, it will bring them right back into the app. We'll talk a little bit more on the mobile responsive aspect as soon as we're done with the app. So let's say I visited the contents. Perhaps I want to look at, anatomy of a poem. We can actually allow the files to be downloaded, as you can see. So for anything that might be a little bit more interactive, we can view or download files straight to our devices as well. As you can tell by clicking on some of the content, it will bring me right to the mobile version of the platform itself. I can, again, look at the content, be able to interact with it. I can submit my assignment here for the specific poetry verse assessment. I can scroll down to the bottom here and I can see that I've not yet submitted anything, and I can click on add to start adding content to my specific app here as well. So we're going to go back a few options here. And again, like I said, I have access to all of my different courses from here, and I can interact with all of this content just like I would on my desktop or computer. The notifications area is also very important. As you can see, we have access to all the different notifications from content, whether something new has been added or some new assignments are available for us. If I scroll to the bottom here, we're going to be able to actually see a preview of some grades. As you can see, I've got quite a bit of content here, but on the bottom here, I see that I've got an upgraded grade. I'm going to go ahead and select that, and there is a bit of an anonymity feature here with this app. We actually have to do a gesture to reveal our grade. So I have to actually swipe it, as you can see, to be able to see the grade that I got here, just in case I'm in a private or a public space, and I don't want to, I don't want people to actually see the grade I got on something, since I am checking it from my mobile device. Okay. So a lot of great options in terms of the updates, being able to access notifications. Just jumping back into my Pulse app here. The upcoming area is also very interesting. The reason why we've called the app Pulse is because of this specific screen. So the upcoming tab actually gives you a bit of a pulse graph that allows you to see what days you're going to have a lot of work on, right? So my Wednesday's looking a little bit busier compared to the rest of the week because I've got that midterm prep, right? So you'll also notice there is a little plus button I can select where I can actually add myself something to do or an event that might not automatically come over from my courses, right? So this gives us the ability to have our own private events or to-dos added outside of what's already automatically published from the course itself. Okay. Perfect. So we're going to switch gears here a little bit. What I'm going to do is actually pull up the browser. Now I noticed that the Virginia State website itself is actually mobilely responsive. So let me show you what that means. Your website already has a feature where if you minimize your screen, you're going to notice that the content itself does scale appropriately based on the size of our browser. So what this tells me is that what you can actually do as a student, or really anyone, is just open your browser on your mobile device and be able to have the exact same experience as we would on a desktop computer that we have on your Virginia State website itself, okay? And the Brightspace platform is actually built on the same technology, so you're already using the same technology that we have. So if I navigate to the Brightspace platform that you can see, this is my Joanna's sandbox here that I have access to. And again, it's based on the same exact principle that Virginia State is already using. We have that mobile responsive approach that anyone at any point can just pop open a browser. It doesn't matter if you're using Chrome or Safari or if you're using other devices, you're actually going to have the exact same experience no matter what. So we call that device agnostic. Now this ties in exactly or directly into that Pulse app we were just in. The Pulse app is very much a placeholder. A lot of students, a lot of users still really like to use apps rather than a mobile browser version of things, so that's no problem. Students can use the app, but like I mentioned earlier, when we're interacting with content, unbeknownst to the student, when we select that discussion post, it actually opens in that mobile browser version rather than an app version, right? So that really allows us to have a clean, concise experience no matter what device we're on, and the app is going to be the same no matter what as well. Okay, so again, the benefit of having a mobile responsive technology within your browser is obviously very important. You folks at Virginia State are already using this level of technology within your own homepage for your, your institution. And the Brightspace platform is again built on that same exact responsive technology. Again, really hitting home on the fact that we don't need an app. We have an app that is available for students who prefer to use that. It's definitely not a necessity. All we need is a network connection, whether it's Wi-Fi or data, a browser, and you can actually do all of the same things on your mobile device as you would on your desktop. Okay. So now another thing that I wanted to touch base on today is the fact that we have a very tight integration with Turnitin. A lot of the time when folks are using Turnitin on the Brightspace platform, they don't necessarily even realize that they are using Turnitin. We have a very deep integration that almost seems like it's a part of the Brightspace platform. So I'm going to go ahead and show you exactly what that integration looks like. I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my English course that I'm an instructor in. And I'm going to go ahead and navigate to my assignments area where I can see a nice clean breakdown of all of my assignments and the categories they're under. So the way I have it set up in this specific course is my poetry assignments and my nonfiction assignments. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what that Turnitin integration would look like. I'm going to go ahead and select my in-class poetry slam assignment. And as I scroll down here a little bit, I can see all of my students. See, we've got Amy, we've got CJ, Marcus, and I can see their submissions. Okay, so these documents are the ones they've submitted. So we can see exactly kind of what type of document it's submitted as. So this is just a simple docx, which we can get from Word. And so what we can actually see to the right here is that originality check report, right? So unfortunately, it looks like Amy, Marcus, and Michael have all seriously plagiarized their assignments here. It is 100% plagiarized, unfortunately, not going to work for me. But I can see Andy Robbins is at 0. So this person has not plagiarized their assignment in any way. But if we wanted a little bit more information on exactly what happened where, all we have to do is just click on that specific little percentage or that Turnitin aspect of it, and we are now being brought to the Turnitin page or the feedback studio that allows you to see, what is being used, what kind of source it's coming from, and that, perfect kind of plagiarism detection that we're all used to from Turnitin is all accessed from the Brightspace platform. All right, folks. So again, just really wanted to hit home on the fact that we really mimic the same experience that you folks already have with Virginia State with your mobile responsive design for your website. It's exactly the same in Brightspace. We do have a very tight-knit integration with Turnitin that we would be more than happy to discuss a little bit further. If there are any questions, definitely give us a shout. We'd love to maybe connect virtually. We can definitely do this together so we can have more questions in a live setting. But That's it for me for today. Again, let me know if there's any questions. Would love to connect some point in the future. Thank you.